We'll call this special meeting of the Executive Committee to order. Before we go to our action items, I want to congratulate Professor Phillip, who was reelected to the chair of the Faculty Senate. Congratulations to you, and we look forward to working with you in the future. As do I. Thank you. We have 4 collective bargaining agreements to consider. Before I make a motion, I'd like to ask Vice Chancellor Silverblatt if she wants to comment briefly on any of these 4 agreements.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. First, I would like to thank everyone for coming in so quickly and on such short notice. It became imperative to put this particular meeting on because the legislature is going out of session on Monday the 23rd, which is the day of our next regularly scheduled board meeting. And in order to be able to seek board approval on this resolution such that the resolution could be passed and acted on prior to the legislature going out of session, we needed to call this special meeting. So I thank everyone for coming in. We worked very hard over the last couple of months with our classified unions to get to the point of being able to settle our collective bargaining agreements. And the resolution before you today will authorize the Chancellor to execute those collective bargaining agreements. There are 4 unions that are under consideration today: District Council 37, SEIU Local 300, the New York State Nurses Association, and IATSE Local 306. This constitutes all of the classified unions here at the university except for the Teamsters Local 237. The terms of the collective bargaining agreements are all identical. The start and end dates vary slightly, but the substantive terms of all of the agreements are identical. And I would just like to take a few moments and walk you through the start and end dates and the substantive terms. All of these contracts had been expired for about 18 months. So the District Council 37 agreement will run from October 1st of 2006 through October 31st of 2009. The SEIU Local 300 and the IATSE agreements will run from July 1st of 2006 through July 31st of 2009. And the New York State Nurses Association agreement will run through August 16th of 2007. From August 16th of 2007 through September 15th of 2010. All of the contracts will have a duration of 37 months. And they all have 3 across-the-board wage increases. On the first day of the contract, there's a 3.15% across-the-board wage increase. First day of the 13th month, there's a compounded 4% across-the-board wage increase. On the first day of the 25th month, there's another 4% compounded wage increase. So in total, over 37 months, the contract compounds out at about 11.5% wage increases. In addition, there's an increase in the university's contribution to the union-administered welfare funds. That increase will be $50 annually per capita for every eligible active and retired employee. Those benefit funds are used to purchase dental, prescription drug, vision, and other ancillary benefits. And there are some other economic benefits. Meal allowance for employees, overtime, increasing the meal allowance, directed to work overtime. Mileage or the car vehicles, and we will be making certain changes. Family members. Their employees can now use 3 days. We're going to create a sick leave bank and dedicated program so that employees will be able to dedicate their sick leave and their co-workers to care for critically ill. Our policies that exist in the model after those policies. Those are usually employed critically instances. There are certain changes that have been made in contract provisions that are operationally easier for the university to do things in terms of directing employees to overtime, requirements for directing time. We need a change where employees go out on child care leave and there's a break. Once the employee returns to service, they will have given up their right to continue that leave, and minor modifications, service and contractual discipline. Economic values to operationally. In total, that really is the sum and substance of the contract. We worked for quite a period of time with the city and get to a place and the state have agreement, different duration, a little bit of time to get. Agreements and bill done before the.
All right, to get this on the table, before questions or comments, I will move this resolution you have before you to approve the 4 collective bargaining agreements and authorize the Chancellor to execute them. Could I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Are there comments or questions before we move to a vote? Yes.
Just a question. Since it took some time since the end of the last contract in these cases, when will negotiations begin for the next contract?
Haven't yet thought about that. We still have 1 or 2 contracts that remain to be negotiated and right this minute.
Right. Right. It is next year, of course.
I understand that. I still have 1 or 2 that get behind me before I focus
I understand.
on the next round.
Yeah.
Other questions or comments? Are you ready? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions. That action item carries. You have your 5 resolutions, and you have your authority, Mr. Chancellor. Is there any other business before the Executive Committee? In record time, then, this meeting is adjourned.
6 minutes and 22 seconds.
Wow.
Can we move on to OTB now?
Yeah. How much you charge you to put it?
I wonder if it would be salutary if we said as a matter of policy we're not going to make these contracts retroactive.
I think we have the mayor.
Right, go talk to the mayor.